Hey, Shalom, Markins, Rakam Akapash from Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Chach Wadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole product, pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video, right? You got this dude, back running in his mouth, right? And these small hats, beginning with these, beginning with these elites. It's the elites that are really pushing for this warfare, right? Obviously Netanyahu, who's just one of those puppets who set up in power in Israel, to create that situation, right? And he targeting Iran, right? And there's a reason for that, right? And a reason why this will grow into a major world scale conflict, right? Because Iran is an ally of Russia, right? So that's creates big implications, man. But these men don't care, because this is all part of the agenda. Just as with everything else, right? They're trying to bring out this war. Them men are trying to save face because they're blowing up, men, women, children, all over the place. And then they're trying to they're doubling down, justifying their actions, and then now they're blaming everything on Iran, right? Because they're calling for this war, calling for the World War III, man. And Netanyahu is saying that you need to stand by us. To stand by us is to stand for civilization. Now, these men are barbarians, and if you're not standing with us, man, you're basically against us, isn't it? And that you're for them. And so he's getting standing ovations, man. Like as he's talking his shit. I'm gonna read the caption. He says more, obviously in the clip, but here from DD Politics or Geopolitics says everything is ready for war against Iran, Benjamin Netanyahu, right? And the thing is, it's not just gonna be a war against Iran. Okay, the day that happens, or you decide to do that, man, that's gonna be World War III. Okay, which is all prophecy in the scriptures. Okay, that battle of Armageddon that's going to take place down there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat in the Middle East. Right? You're going to draw all the world's armies into fighting this crazy ass war that you called them for, man. You got to stand in innovation, man. Like, this is America, right? And they're all clapping. This is fucking suicidal, man. But this is the will of the Lord at play, man. So these men are going to call for this war. The men are going to rush into battle and get fucked up, man, right? And ultimately, America is going to be ended by thermonuclear fire. That's how it's all going to end, right? But continuing on with the quotes here, right? So Netanyahu received a standing ovation of one of many during his speech in Congress. Our world is in upheaval. Okay, just telling you, we're living in the end times, man. Like, everyone can say it. Everyone is clearly playing to the average person that this place is all messed up, full of confusion, full of wickedness, just full of crazy shit. Okay, this kingdom is on a downward spiral into chaos, right? That is the time we are living in. Evil times, the scripture speaks about. The days are evil. We are living in the last days, in evil times, and all this wars and rumors of wars. Okay, that all these signs that we're supposed to be looking out for, the uproars of the people, earthquakes in diverse places, right? That's all occurring at the end. All at this time of upheaval, all this confusion, all this madness going on, right? Wickedness is pretty much at peak, right? And so these are all signs of the end. These are all prophecies that are taking place, and the few that are left, okay, to really focus on is the mark of the beast, okay, and World War III, right? Which these guys are advocating, essentially, right? They're advocating for World War III because that's what's gonna happen, So we pay close attention to what's going on in the geopolitical sphere, especially concerning Israel and America, Russia, Iran, them things there, things that happen in the Middle East. We pay close attention, right? Because the day is coming. The day is coming, man. that this war is going to happen, and it's going to be because of, this dude here. Right, as the scriptures say, the least of the flock shall draw down, which I'm going to grab in a second, but let me just finish this off first. Right, it says our world is in upheaval. In the Middle East, the Iranian axis of terror. Okay, they're using all these propaganda terms again. They always the axis of evil, and then it's the axis of terror. All these things to tell the world, to let the world know for sure that these men are the bad guys. These are the bad guys. We're the good guys. They're the bad guys. They're the terror axis of terror, axis of evil. Russia's evil. We're the good guys, which means basically anything that we do now is going to be justifiable, right? Regardless of how crazy and fucked up it is, right? Because we're the good guys, right? And it's their fault that it's come to this. Just like it's their fault that, children, women and children and everybody else, cats and dogs, are getting blown up because they're trying to justify, years of oppression that these men have been doing against the Palestinians. They're trying to justify their bombing because of one attack that took place that killed a couple people. But anyway, so they're trying to find a way to justify everything. So they're the terror, the axis of terror, right? So the Iranian axis of terror faces America, Israel, and our Arab friends. Right? So this is not a clash of civilizations. For the forces or civilizations to triumph, America and Israel must stand together. Right? So, because they know they ain't going to fight and win no war without America. But they're pushing America. They're dragging America into it. Right? Because it's necessary. America is a major part in biblical prophecy. So America has to be involved. There's no way it couldn't be involved. There's no way it couldn't be involved. All right. But starting here in Jeremiah 49, verse 20, it says, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Edom." Okay, these Edom, Benjamin Netanyahu and the majority of these Israelis, right, are Edomites. Right? They're not Israelites, they're Edomites. Right? Just the same as the Americans and the so-called white American, the so-called white British and all this kind of stuff, right? They're Edomites. Yeah, you got our people scattered among these different nations, but these corporations are owned and run by Edomites, so-called white Edomites. Or Edomite, because they might not all look white. But Edomites. They run these countries, these corporations, they run the earth. All right. So this counsel is taken against them. Right? And it says, "And his purposes that he have proposed against the inhabitants of Teman, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out." Now, these Edomites are a specific type, right, of a specific tribe, right, called the Amalekites, right, and they are the least of the flock, right. They're just a small group in their nation, but they hold all the power. Right, these small hats, they hold the power. All these elites, they're small hats, they're Amalekites at the top. Okay, running the earth. Okay, for the corporations, man, for their wealth, right? So it's just a small group of them that is doing all of this. Really, this man he don't want to back down, man. He wants to be totally annihilated. And creating all kind of crazy scenarios to drag everybody else into fight a war for them. There's going to be no winners. But that's the spirit the Most High got on these small hats to do, because that's their part in prophecy, right? To drag people into this war. In the claims of protecting Israel, God's people, when they're not. They're liars. But that's what they're here to do. They're here to lie. They're here to provocate. Right, and here to drag all these people into their mess, So again, it says, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out." Okay, they're gonna draw all these nations into war just because of the bullshit that they be doing down there in the Middle East, man. Fighting over land that don't belong to them. Causing all this rage and upheaval in the region. All right, so they're gonna cause everybody to mutually destroy each other, man. Because that's gonna happen down there. The world's army is going to come down there and be destroyed. So again, it says, "Surely he should make their habitation desolate with them." All right, so that's what these men are being set up to do. So the war drums are beating over there in Israel. Right, this is from Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations." Right, so like I said, they're being used as tools to do this. Right, to gather the nations into war, right? So that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation. Right, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the Lord's gonna bring all the world's armies down there into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And like I said, they're gonna just blow the shit out of each other, man. Kill one another. Right, such as the red horse. That's what he's there for, to take peace from the earth. He's just, there to destroy. Right, so that's what's happening. Right, this is what the Most High is doing. Okay, and using these small hats to do it. This is Jeremiah 49, verse 14. Right, this is up from verse 20 we read a minute ago. Right, it says, "I have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle." Right, so everybody seems to be preparing for war, like spending more money, focusing more on fighting, enemies, than focusing on actually building a better country. You know what I'm saying? Better economy, better all this other stuff, right? They're focused on this war that's gonna happen, because everyone can see it or feel it. Something in the spirit is moving them to into this mindset, because the Most High has got it, that spirit upon them, right? So the Most High is moving these people into that mindset of coming together for war. Okay. "For though I'll make these small among the heathen and despised among men," and they say the world really hates these Edomites, man, especially these small hats. They're taking the piss, and everybody knows it. Yeah, these men are playing victim all the damn time, but everyone knows you're far cry from being a victim on the earth, right? Just because a couple of men got punched out here and there, they don't mean shit. Right, you run the world, you own the world, right? How are you a victim? But anyhow, right? Revelation 11 verse 14 says, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." Right. So this is what's being built up right now. The third world world war. These Edomites were behind World War I and II. The men are fighting each other. Dropping bombs and fucking just throwing people into a hail of bullets. Thousands, hundreds of thousands just dropping dead, over what? You know what I'm saying? And the saying's going to be now, over what? You think you're fighting some righteous warfare on the earth, man? For what? For a bunch of lies, man. Defending the wicked. You're going to go to the war to defend the wicked. And that's why, and these teams are no fucking bad. They're wicked too. So that's why there's not going to be any winners. They're going to destroy each other, and the world, is gonna realize, man, that all this is fucking stupidity, and all this was judgment. This is how the Lord, prophesied it would be. That's how it would be, right? And the true Israelites were going to be revealed when Yahushua returns. And the nations are going to obey and serve them. Okay, because that's not what's going on right now, man. This world is filled with lies, man. And that's all about to come to an end. This is from 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, "Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. And the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians," right? The Carmanians are the Iranians, and this dude Netanyahu who keeps bringing up the Iranians. The Iranians behind everything. They're the reason for this. They're the reason for that. Because they've been looking to go to war with Iran for a long time. It's been part of their plans from way back to have that reason, that justification to go against Iran. But going straight to Iran is a sticky subject, man. You know, it's not so easy to do. Right? These weaker nations, they've been able to go through there, you know, and fuck up shit. Right? That they've been doing, you know, bullying people in the Middle East. But Iran's a different case because Iran is not as weak as the others. Right? Might not be on an American level, but it's not something that you're just going to go into casually, especially when you know that Iran is being helped out by Russia, right? And so you're not just going to roll into Iran, and so they really need to find that way to get in there, justify it, because they ain't nobody want to go to war with Iran like that, really, knowing that Russia's just behind them, you know, with the weapons and all that kind of shit. You have to be fucking mad, right? But that's how the world's, you know, how the world's becoming. It's just becoming mad, right? So they're always name dropping Iran for that reason as to why, you know, they need to be defeated. They need to be taken care of or taken out. Right, but like I said, that's not gonna be a simple affair. Right? So also the Khomenians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power they shall come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Right? And then the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Right? So they're gonna get at these Western nations, you know, NATO, America, Israel. They're gonna get at them, man. Okay, there's gonna be fucking severe losses, man, on both sides. But Netanyahu is acting like man's just gonna go in there and just walk through them. I'm gonna walk through your punches. You ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that at all, right? So, like I said, everything's just being geared up towards that confrontation, towards that conflict. Okay, that's all, you know, written out here in the scriptures. All right. It's Ezekiel 38 verse 2. So, son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Right. This is speaking about Russia. Right. Who are like I said, they back Iran, they back certain other nations across the earth. Right. That, you know, America is against. Right. Russia's also got China on their side. Right. They're close partners. Right. And so this conflict is not going to be easily resolved. This will be a further war, and it'll be of mega proportions. And like I said, we got thermonuclear weapons and all kinds of shit going on now. All kinds of weapons, you know, these people who got now. It's going to be a fucking devastating war. Right? So it's not going to be something you know you're just going to walk into casually, man. It's going to be bad. Right? Verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord God Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Right? So the Most High is not with the Russians, right? These nations are nothing but tools. They're all wicked. The Most High is going to take them all out. These men are just tools, right? To bring about the third world war, right? Verse 4, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine enemy, right? So this relationship between America and Russia has turned sour again, man. You know, after all those peace treaties and nuclear non-proliferation treaties and all this kind of shit, these agreements, negotiations, and that, shit's turned sour again, man. You know, they're back to looking at each other like enemies, just like the you know, during the Cold War, and so they're prepping each other, you know, prepping themselves for conflict. All right, it says, I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, right, ready for war. You know, man, got the latest AKs and S300s, S400s, and all this kind of stuff. They got the gear. They're ready to go. Right, drones and all that kind of shit. Right. Verse 5, Persia. Again, Persia is Iran. Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? So it just the Iranians, these other nations too. Ethiopia, Libya, right? Goma, verse 6, Goma and all these bands, the house of Togama of the north quarters and all his bands and many people with thee, right? So as you may have noticed, right? Iran being gathering up allies. Okay, we've got the BRICS nations that are like an opposition to, you know, the West essentially, and the American dollar, right? Being ruled by that, right? So they set up like a counter, you know, conglomerate of nations, you know, that are working to kind of separate themselves from the American dollar, man, so they can do business between themselves, you know, on their own terms, right? So you got all these allies that are joining Russia, joining the BRICS nations and stuff, and, you know, they're becoming more and more strong, because of this unification, so to speak, right? These allies that are joining together. That's me, right? So they're growing in strength. These weaker nations are growing in strength, right? So they're able to resist America even more, and that doesn't work in their favor. So obviously, America gonna have to do something about it at some point, And like I said, they got all the Netanyahu is providing all the reasons in the world why action must be taken against Iran and Russia and all these people, China, right? This is verse 7. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself. Like I said, they're getting ready, right? Thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Like Russia has played that role because Russia is the mightiest out of those nations, right? Been going into these Middle East countries and stuff like that and supplying them with technology and weapons and stuff, right? Training, right? To strengthen them, right? So they've played that guard role for a while now, Like I saw on TV today, Bashar al-Assad, he's still alive, right? What they called him, presidents, prime minister of Syria, right? I think he was in Russia, but he's with Putin anyway, and doing their thing, doing their talks or whatever, right? You think he'd be able to do that right now if Russia never stepped in and and defended Syria from the quote unquote terrorists, which are just proxy factions of America and Israel. He'd be dead a long time ago. Just like the other, Libya and stuff, man. They kind of that happened, but Russia's like no more, man. And so they didn't roll through Syria like that, like they did the others, man. Because I said Russia's had enough, man. Because Russia's been acting kind of somewhat civil. As aggressive as they may seem or sound, right? They've been quite civil. It's America that's really been aggressing, and NATO, right? So yeah, Russia's been playing that guard role, but like I said, they're being dragged into a war, and he is playing his part like a good trooper, right? He's playing his role, and yeah, he's gonna drag all these nations into war, where it could have been avoided. But like I said, this is the will and spirit of the Heavenly Father at work, right? And so it can't be avoided, right? Everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Ain't nobody doing what they want to do, right? The Most High is in control of it all, right? The Most High, these people are doing what the Most High wants them to do, right? So they're going to drag all these people, all these nations into this war. And like I said, it's going to be the Third World War, okay? A time of trouble such as never been on the face of the earth, pursuant to Daniel 12:1, right? That's what we're looking towards, man. This is Isaiah 34 verse 1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear and to hearken. Ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. Right? That's why he's gathering them all together, right? And his fury upon all their armies. Right? He have utterly destroyed them, he have delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right? Ultimately, where this is going to end is America's destruction. Right? These missiles that these nations are going to fire against it, man, is going to destroy it and destroy everybody that's in America, save the elect. Right? A great sacrifice, as it goes on to speak about, is being made, right? So the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Bozrah. Bozrah represents America, get the chief place in Esau's kingdom, right? A great slaughter in the land of Idumea, right? And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be salt with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance. Right? The Lord is doing this for vengeance reasons, for purpose of revenge, right? What's he revenge? What's he revenging on? These people on what for? For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Right, the revenge is for the Israelites and the slavery you put them in. Right, the oppression that you repressed them with. Right, the Lord is bringing vengeance against America and all these heathens ultimately. Right. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. That's the future of America. It shall not be quenched day nor night, that fire, right? Hellfire, right? The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion, and the stone of emptiness. That they shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all our princes shall be nothing. Right? So basically, America's been destroyed and become a lake of fire to begin with, and then become a desert after it's cooled down. But it's a fire, a flame that's not going to be put out. You can't put it out, right? You have to wait for it to die out, and what's going to be left is just confusion. Like I said, line of confusion. You're not going to recognize nothing no more. All right. It's Joel chapter 3 verse 2. So I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Right? I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, for the controversy of Zion. Right? Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. All right? I want to jump down to verse 9, right? So proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Like I said, they're being strengthened by these other nations like Russia and China, right? These once weaker nations are no longer that weak, right? They can mix it up. You know what I'm saying? They're not there to be. They're not doormats no more. Where Esau could just roll through, man, like man been doing in Afghanistan and shit. All these years terrorizing these Arabs, just rolling through air strikes and all kinds of shit. Like the man can't do nothing against all of that. Just getting rolled on. But yeah, these men are not doormats no more, man. They got the tech, they got the means to resist. And like I say, Russia got the big boy nukes. So the men are confident. They got more confidence in taking on a weakened America. Because let's be honest, we're America looking weak right now, right? Looking kind of shambolic, So that, there's confidence there. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Typical thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there would I sit to judge all the heathen round about it. Right, that's what the Lord's doing. That's why Netanyahu, he's playing his role. It's put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Right, the Lord's punishing everybody's wickedness. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Right, so it's all coming. It's all getting close, man. Like I said, those war drums are beating. Those wars and rumors of wars are increasing. And it's just a matter of time. So I'm going to end it there. Lord, this has been edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time I say shalom.